Bonjour, voici nous sommes au siège de Nestlé à Issy-Moulineaux pour une action Extinction Rebellion France dans le cadre de la journée mondiale de l'eau. Cette action s'inscrit dans une action globale dans plus de 20 pays du nord et du sud. Cette action dénonce le rapport pernicieux à l'eau comme objet marchand qui met en danger des millions de gens. Aujourd'hui, 2,8 milliards de personnes vivent dans des zones où ils n'ont pas accès sécurisé à l'eau.
C'est la première fois que l'eau est introduite à Wall Street avec des contrats à terme. Les investisseurs spéculent désormais sur le cours de l'eau californienne pour engranger des profits. L'eau, cette ressource vitale pour l'ensemble des êtres vivants, est désormais soumise aux lois de nature. Mais de quelle loi ? L'eau n'appartient à personne. Et ces nouveaux traders de l'eau ne font que voler ce que la nature nous a offert. Le système capitaliste dans lequel nous vivons ne connaît pas de limite. À quand la privatisation de l'air ? Le prix de l'eau risque d'exploser. La spéculation va enrichir ces entreprises mortifères. Et comme d'habitude, ce sont les plus pauvres qui seront encore les plus fragilisés. Les plus démunis qui en paieront les pots cassés. Alors que 2,2 milliards de personnes n'ont pas accès à l'eau courante dans le monde. En France, la spéculation sur l'eau n'est pas encore possible. Les populations développent bien la politique de la privatisation. Autoroutes, énergie, télécom, transport, hôpitaux et bientôt l'eau. Tout va y passer. À chaque fois, on nous vend une privatisation raisonnée qui laissera le marché se réguler avec la fameuse loi des villes. En réalité, c'est l'intérêt de quelques individus fortunés qui priment sur l'intérêt général des citoyens. Juste devant nous se trouve l'un des leaders de la privatisation de l'eau, Nestlé Waters. Derrière ce nom, pas forcément, on retrouve les plus grandes marques d'eau en bouteille. Vittel, Contrex, Perrier, Épar, San Pellegrino. Prenons un exemple. Dans la ville de Vittel, Nestlé Waters a tellement pompé les nappes phréatiques que les habitants n'ont plus assez d'eau pour vivre. Et la ville a été obligée de construire un tuyau pour acheminer de l'eau pour notre centre-ville. C'est le monde à l'envers. C'est comme si les gens qui vivent dans les airs devaient importer du sable. Mais ce n'est pas tout. Nestlé Waters produit chaque année des millions de bouteilles de plastique qui finiront un jour ou l'autre par se décomposer en microparticules. Que nous retrouverons bientôt dans les océans et dans nos corps. Privatisation et pollution, le combo parfait. En tout cas, c'est le combo gagnant pour Peter Pavel, ancien PDG de Nestlé, qui a affirmé que deux points de vue s'affrontent à ce sujet. Le premier, que je qualifierais d'extrême, est représenté par les ONG, pour qui l'accès à l'eau devrait être nationalisé. Autrement dit, tout être humain va avoir accès à l'eau. C'est une solution extrême. Et l'autre qui dit que l'eau est une denrée alimentaire et que comme toute denrée, elle a une valeur marchande. Il est préférable, selon moi, de donner une valeur à une denrée afin que nous soyons tous conscients qu'elle a un coût et qu'on emprunte des mesures adaptées pour les proches de la population qui n'ont pas accès à ces pots. Désolé, monsieur Prabec, pour nous, l'accès à l'eau pour tous n'est pas une solution extrême, c'est un droit fondamental. Toutefois, si nous sommes ici, ce n'est pas uniquement pour dénoncer Nestlé Waters. Cette entreprise n'est que l'une des têtes libres. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes le 22 mars 2021, journée mondiale de l'eau, et si nous sommes ici, c'est pour défendre ce qui nous reste le plus précieux. L'extinction Rebellion, comme ça, nous avons dit, que la privatisation, de spéculation de l'eau soit interdite. Extinction Extinction
Bonjour, vous êtes en direct du siège de Nestlé pour une action d'Extinction Rebellion France dans le cadre de la journée mondiale de l'eau. Action qui a lieu en solidarité avec les pays du sud global. Plus de 20 pays vont participer, dont des pays d'Afrique. Aujourd'hui, le business de l'eau est un crime. Mais ce n'est pas le business de l'eau, c'est aussi la pollution par notamment le gaz de schiste, par le plastique produit par des gens comme Nestlé. C'est-à-dire d'un côté on privatise, en plus on pollue. C'est 2,2 milliards de personnes en manque d'eau dans le monde. On aura 700 millions de personnes réfugiées pour pénurie d'eau en 2030. Une personne sur trois n'a aujourd'hui pas accès à sécuriser à l'eau. Ce sera 50% de la population mondiale en 2040. Qui sont coupables? Les coupables sont les multinationales qui continuent de pomper et de polluer pour l'exploitation minière, pour la fracturation hydraulique, pour l'agriculture industrielle, pour la mise en bouteille. Cette privatisation, elle a commencé dans les années 80 sous l'impulsion de grandes entreprises comme Nestlé qui ont tout de suite vu l'intérêt à privatiser l'eau. Aujourd'hui, l'eau rentre en bourse depuis le 20 décembre à Wall Street, est un lieu et c'est la spéculation de l'eau, c'est-à-dire on refuse ça, l'eau est un bien commun. La solution de ces multinationales face au réchauffement, face aux catastrophes qu'on a, c'est pas de lutter contre, c'est de se dire on va faire du fric en faisant un actif spéculatif. C'est un scandale, c'est pour ça que nous sommes là, c'est pour la solidarité avec le Sud, pour la solidarité avec et pour notre futur. C'est toute la biodiversité, c'est notre avenir, c'est tout le vivant. Ce sont les plus pauvres qui seront les plus touchés.
Je suis l'animal. Je suis liquide amniotique. Je suis lymphe, je suis sang, je suis corps. Je suis l'eau, et l'eau est moi. Je suis la vie, et la vie est moi. Moi, humain, je suis que par te tuer. Ton flux me traverse, il m'irrigue. Il m'hydrate et me nettoie. Ton flux traverse et irrigue l'arbre. Il m'oxygène et m'apaise. Ton flux traverse et irrigue la plante. Elle me nourrit et m'anime. Ton flux traverse et irrigue les paysages. Il me protège et m'émerveille. Je suis eau, je suis arbre, je suis plante, je suis paysage. Je n'existe que par eux. J'ai droit à la vie. Je suis l'honneur et préservé. Nous sommes liés, interdépendants, interconnectés. Nous sommes le vivant. Nous sommes la nature. J'ai des droits. La nature a des droits. C'est un poème de Valérie Cabane, juriste international des droits de la nature. Merci.
Donc en direct du siège de Nestlé à Issy-Moulineaux, une action Extinction Rebellion France dans le cadre d'une journée, de la journée internationale de l'eau et d'action solidaire qui aura lieu partout dans le monde. Plus de 20 pays vont y participer, notamment les pays d'Afrique qui sont évidemment les plus touchés, qui sont les plus pauvres, les plus touchés en ce moment. Des drames ont lieu, notamment Recon Africa qui est une entreprise dont les actifs sont canadiens qui menace le delta de l'Okavango qui est l'une des merveilles classées au patrimoine de l'humanité. La plus grande réserve d'éléphants au monde, on va y faire de la fracturation hydraulique. On sait ce que c'est que la fracturation hydraulique, c'est une pollution majeure de l'eau, c'est aussi un pompage majeur de l'eau, que tout ça pour le fric. C'est ça que nous sommes venus défendre, c'est l'eau est un bien commun, l'eau n'est pas un actif. Nous devons changer notre rapport au vivant, c'est une urgence. Cet après-midi sur Extinction Rebellion Globale, vous pourrez voir si vous le souhaitez, on va le partager sur Extinction Rebellion France, un multicam live de toutes ces actions à travers le monde. Il était important pour nous, même si c'est une petite action, de marquer notre solidarité avec le Sud. N'oublions pas que aujourd'hui, c'est 2,2 milliards de personnes qui n'ont pas un accès sécurisé à l'eau. Ça va être 700 millions de personnes réfugiées en 2030 pour pénurie. C'est une personne sur 3 qui n'a pas un accès à l'eau potable aujourd'hui. Ce sera 50% en 2040. Ce sera 5,7 milliards de personnes qui n'auront pas un accès sécurisé à l'eau en 2050. C'est un drame, c'est une menace pour la biodiversité, pour le vivant. Ça veut dire des guerres, ça veut dire des costumes. Des costumes, ouais. Voilà, nous sommes donc devant le siège de Nestlé. C'était pour cette action dans le cadre de la journée solidarité internationale qui a été menée entre autres par un collectif qui s'appelle Chalmers-Foll, qui regroupe des associations du monde entier, du sud, du nord, pour lutter contre les conséquences des activités minières de gaz de schiste, mais aussi sur ces sujets centraux qui sont l'eau. Nestlé, voilà, que vous connaissez bien, c'est une entreprise mortifère, c'est Vittel, Épar, Perrier, San Pellegrino, c'est aussi évidemment l'extraction d'huile de palme dans les forêts tropicales, c'est la privatisation de l'eau dans les années 80 et aujourd'hui, depuis le 20 décembre 2020, l'eau est devenue un actif spéculatif à Wall Street, c'est-à-dire voilà la solution face au bouleversement climatique, aux dangers de pénurie d'eau. La solution qui est proposée, c'est de faire du fric en se disant ça va monter, ça va monter. Nous allons assister, si nous ne changeons pas d'urgence notre façon de fonctionner, ce que nous allons assister, c'est à des guerres de l'eau. Voilà. Donc en direct, Extinction Rebellion France. Merci de nous avoir suivis. Vous pourrez suivre le multicam international cet après-midi si vous le souhaitez. Amour et rage. À bientôt.
Bisous.
Año 2021. El planeta está en llamas. Prendieron fuego todo, pero nosotros llevamos el fuego adentro. Somos la resistencia frente a un sistema que nos está exterminando. Somos el pueblo organizado cuando el fuego político lo quema todo. Somos la barrera cuando el ecocidio es ley. Somos les guardianes ante el terricidio. Somos los que les estamos observando. Gobiernos, políticos, su responsabilidad es para con el pueblo, no para con las corporaciones. Les estamos observando en cada decisión que tomen, cuando no dicen la verdad frente a la emergencia climática y ecológica, cuando no actúan, cuando no escuchan al pueblo pero utilizan la represión. Hoy es la huelga mundial por la crisis climática y ecológica y somos habitantes de un planeta en colapso ecosistémico. Hoy les gritamos que les estamos mirando.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Today is World Water Day, 22nd of March, 2021. We are so amazed and pleased to have you all here. XR Corp events team has organized a round of action beyond the African continent. In the African continent, we have 22 groups in different 17 countries. Alongside the African continent, we have Argentina, we've seen France, and very many other groups coming up to showcase the reason as to why we need to celebrate or to mourn this day. So we are starting off with Richie from Argentina to let us know how the event has been, the other side of the globe. Thank you so much. Over to you, Richie.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Annette. And hello, everyone, all the rebels and the community in the world. We are very, very grateful to be here and that our video was just played. This was an action that we did on Friday. It was basically for the global climate strike. But of course, we were painted in blue because we wanted to show the world that we are the warriors. And I would just like to take the time to quickly read in English the transcript of the video, because probably if you don't speak Spanish, you didn't understood very well. But our action was inspired on last year's COP26 campaign. That is that we are watching you. That's why you saw us with the eye draw to our hand. So I'm just gonna quickly read the transcript for you so you can understand what was the voiceover in English. Year 2021, pandemics, lockdown, confinement, crisis, death. The planet is on fire. They set everything on fire, but we carry the fire inside. We are the resistance against a system that is exterminating us. We are the organized people when the political fire burns everything. We are the barrier when ecocide is law. We are the guardians against terroricide. We are the ones who are watching you. Governments, politicians, your responsibility is to represent the interest of the people, not the corporations. Your responsibility is to comply with the constitutions, not doom us to extinction. We are watching you in every decision you make. We are watching when they do not tell us the truth in the face of the climate, and ecological emergency, and do not act accordingly. We are watching when instead of opening democracy and listening to the people, they use repression as a common currency. The Friday was the World Strike for Climate and Ecological Crisis. Today is World Water Day. Today, we are inhabitants of a planet in ecosystem collapse due to suit and tie decisions that condemn life on Earth. Today, we shout at them that we are looking them. We are watching you. Thank you so much for this opportunity, guys. And we wish you all the best in all the global actions that is going to be carried around the world. I don't know if we're going to be able to play something live, but because we are 4 hours difference. So actually, I should be running now to take a quick short shower, of course, and get ready we have a little workshop, and then we're gonna get ready for our actions. Today, we're going to have a big sit-in in the Congress. After that, we're gonna march all the way to the Pink House, which is our presidential house. It's where the president lives and all the main actions are taken. And it's actually a place where historically Argentinians are raised their voices into every political decisions that are not, according to the public. So today we're going there again, and after that we're going to have a massive festival to celebrate the life that we want to live in, which is like, luckily a lot of us still have a life, that it's worth preserving. I know that some other, friends in different places of the world don't share the same luck, but we still have time to change things. So we need to show the world that this is what we need, and this is the world that we need, and this is the world that we like, and we like to keep it that way. So thank you, everyone. I don't know if someone's ready to just take me over.
Thank you very much, Richie, and we wish you good luck as you go on with your action in Argentina. Send our love and solidarity. Yeah. We shall now go to Africa and have some of our actions that took off today. Start with the event. Let's have a clip from any of the groups that took action, showcase the situation surrounding here in the African continent. Thank you so much. Keep viewing.
Manassant Issé, representing Extinction Sierra Leone. We call water in our local dialect Limba as Mandi.
Good day, everyone. We call water in Malay Chi.
Good day, everyone. My name is Danishos Matia. We call water in Timini Mant.
Okay, I can take over for a minute there, hoping that we can get Annette and Sony back. To be honest, I don't know which country that was from, but it is one of the many countries in Africa, altogether 11 countries. Oh, it was Sierra Leone. Fantastic. Well, we have Sierra Leone here. Let me hand over to Al-Hassan. Al-Hassan, are you ready to speak and talk about the action that took place? Great. I'll hand over to Al-Hassan.
Good day to you all. I'm happy to be here to speak on what our action that we took earlier today. We called a press conference wherein we invited media houses to cover the event for us, to showcase or to tell the government, to tell the world what we are doing. We asked governments and all those responsible to take action on water, because us as Africans, we are suffering in terms of safe drinking water, and that's why we are having a lot of sicknesses, for example, malaria and all the rest. So we are asking our leaders to take action, one, to protect our environment by stopping deforestation, because at this time in Sierra Leone, we are having a lot of timber logging, wherein they are shipping them to other parts of the world. And we are calling our government to put stop on that, because it's also affecting our water catchment. And we know deforestation is one of the main reasons that is debarring us from getting safe drinking water. And we're also asking our members of parliament to have bills or to have laws that are environmental friendly, most especially for us as citizens, because they are the big guys. They have money to do what they want to do, but we are calling on them to have laws that are environmental friendly, so that we'll have a better country for all. Thank you so far, and so good. I'm happy to be here again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Al Hassan. That was really interesting, and great actions there. Sounds like you were pushing the government there to take more responsibility. I think we're moving to a clip, another clip that's here. Annette, are you with us?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. Great.
We have, thank you, Cassie. We shall go to Rwanda. Rwanda is a dynamic group that just started 3 months back. They have 30 members. They had an action today alongside their previous actions. They want to let us know how water is scarce in Rwanda as well. We shall put that clip over to Rich. Thank you.
We are XR Rwanda. This is part of the team we are working with, and we are in a southern province in a district called Muhanga. This is National Water Day, and this is part of the water situation here. So a lot of people have to come up from at least 20 or 30 minutes away to come and collect water here. So that is how it is for now. Majority of people, some people have tap water, but not all of people have tap water. And even if there is tap water, sometimes it goes maybe for 2 days or 3 days, and then so many people end up coming here. So that is how the water situation here is.
Hello everybody, this is XR Rwanda. We are from Rwanda, and on this day of the World Water Day, we have moved out to a certain given point that we decided to choose to go to, and this is all about the water. People come for water from distant areas to come and fetch water here, and you see the way it comes. It's not all that enough for them or for everybody. It is very slow, and sometimes it can even take like 5 days, 3 to 5 days without coming. So imagine somebody moving from a very far distance, then reaches here when the water is not here. It's still a very big problem, but we are trying to work upon it with the leaders around to see that they can at least make more of this in nearest villages, so that people don't make longer distances with this.
Yes, I can say something about the DRC. Yes, Iseni, I will talk about the DRC.
Let's see your picture.
Okay, thank you. Hi everyone, I am Saini, and also part of the people that are live streaming today's event about World Water Day, which is a UN celebrated annual event. So the action that you are seeing is an action from a group called XR University Goma, which is having some of amazing action to highlight the importance of water in our day-to-day life. And the DRC has one of the richest biodiversity in Africa. And due to logging, many people have to travel a long way to get access to clean and safe drinking water, as the water table in the DRC is diminishing. And these rebels out there are really raising awareness about the cause of the water crisis and how we can actually make a difference by trying to bring back our lost biodiversity. Yes.
Thank you, Sami. I'd like to turn to Falco for a minute to give his reaction to what he's been seeing here and to introduce to us a little bit about what's been going on in Berlin.
Hey guys, really nice to see the impressions of the actions from all over the world. We were quite fine with our actions. I think there was a civil disobedience actions, but we were too late to cover it, and it was probably directly, it was, I think, blocking a street of a company who's doing like fracking in all over the world, and but it was not the big point. It was more like official demonstration. So it was like we had some performances, what was nice, some blue rebels instead of red rebels because of the water. You can also find it as live stream on the German Extinction Rebellion, like Extinction Rebellion Deutschland, Germany. And it's like the video you see with the blue rebels, but and I think after the 13th minute, it's a bit interesting because there's someone playing violin and you see like a die-in. But would have been nice to block a street, to, I don't know, block a politician or something. But yeah, we did what we could do. The capacities with Corona are quite small. For this, I think we can be happy, and it's nice to share to you guys. So far from my side.
Handing back to Vlad now. Handing back to Vlad.
Gasta muy para rêver kabisa. 1000 francs, $10.
This is being live streamed right now, or on social media, or
Which action is next? Sorry. Okay, thanks. This is Seni again. So, like I said, today is a UN celebrated annual event for World Water Day, in which people are trying to raise awareness about the importance of water and how we should preserve and how we should preserve water, because it is a daily necessity for everybody. And water also is actually diminishing, meaning there are other places that water is scarce. And what some of the various XR groups are doing today, or what they've done today, is to raise awareness about what is really happening and what need to be done. So we have various actions from around the world, and particularly in Africa, where the COP26 working group of Extinction Rebellion has organized this action together with African XR groups to raise awareness about this important cause and how we should really force our government to act before it is too late. And we can go next to the action of Balome from the DRC.
Comme vous le savez, le territoire d'Idjui a une superficie de 310 km² avec une population moyenne estimée à 328 000 habitants. L'accès à l'eau, vraiment, c'est catastrophique. Pourquoi? Parce que les sources sont situées d'abord à de longues distances et ce ne sont pas en fait des sources suffisantes pour que la population puisse se ravitailler en eau. Il y a, c'est vrai, de bonnes fontaines, mais malheureusement, ce sont de bonnes fontaines non aménagées. Il y a d'ailleurs certaines qui sont construites ici, par exemple des carrés miniers, avec tout ce que vous connaissez comme problème de pollution des eaux et j'en passe. Et il y a une autre catégorie de la population qui se ravitaille en eau ici du lac Kivu, avec tout ce que vous connaissez comme contexte de pollution des eaux du lac Kivu, avec les pollutions liées aux entreprises, aux multinationales comme Bralima, Pharmakina, mais aussi au-delà de ces pollutions des entreprises, il y a aussi des pollutions liées aux activités humaines de la population qui jette des immondices, des déchets ménagers, des déchets plastiques partout dans le lac Kivu, et cela crée un contexte où l'accès à l'eau potable vraiment c'est catastrophique. Et même si on pouvait accéder à ces eaux de lac Kivu, ces eaux ne sont pas traitées, ces eaux vraiment provoquent d'ailleurs des maladies. C'est pourquoi nous lançons un cri d'alarme, c'est pourquoi nous lançons un SOS dans le monde à tous les acteurs, pourquoi pas les Nations Unies, pour qu'on puisse venir en aide à la population d'Idjui, pour qu'on puisse construire de bonnes fontaines, pour qu'on puisse construire des tanks, pour qu'on puisse aussi traiter ces eaux du lac Kivu. C'est pourquoi demain ou après-demain, si vraiment il y a des hommes de bonne volonté, ils peuvent arriver à créer des contextes où la population d'Idjui vont accéder à l'eau potable.
Thank you so much, everyone. That is Emmanuel from DRC, XR Idijwin. He lives along River Virunga, and he's talking about the dirty water and how water is being mismanaged. Though natural resources are abundant in DRC, but they are kind of mismanaged, and the water is kept dirty because of sand mining and very many different other activities. They use French. Next time we shall have a translator here. They have very many members of Extinction Rebellion DRC of around 135 people. They took action today. That's what he was trying to let us know. And with a lot of pain, they have to line up and spend nights and even use dirty water to survive, because water is scarcity in DRC. We shall go along to have another clip for DRC University of Goma. whereby they took an action today to go along home to home in different communities, distributing different containers so that people can reserve their water, and giving them water purifiers to keep their water off the diseases like cholera and typhoid, which is also common in DRC. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's have that clip. Back to you, Lad. Thank you.
Merci. Apa? Tukakatie pa. Late.
Yes, this time I will be speaking. I will talk about the action from Sudan that happened today. And last year, Sudan experienced severe flood that has triggered massive migration. And Sudan is like a semi-desert, and they are also facing water crisis. So last year when the rain came and it washed away many people food crops, and then also it affected many people livelihood. And today XR Sudan also joined this global action to raise awareness about the importance of water and how the water crisis is being affected by the climate crisis. And also Sudan, which is also part of North Africa. And North Africa, we all know that some of the countries there are desert countries, and it's always hard to see. It's always difficult for desert country to have water. Maybe you have to dig deeper to get access to clean drinking water. So these kind of actions are really inspiring to raise awareness about something that we need to preserve, because the world's population is increasing and millions of people do not have access to clean drinking water. And according to statistics, by 2050, a billion people will be living in water scarce area, which is also traumatizing to me and the rest of the people around the world. So I believe as humanity, or as groups of Extinction Rebellion groups around the world, we believe that we should raise awareness about this and also try to make sure that action is done to tackle this crisis. And we can play the action from Sudan.
المشكلة إنها كلها فيديو، عرفتي؟ يقول الله النقطة دي مجنونة يا أخي، العمل ابنه. النقطة دي العمل ابنه. دي وقعت من السماء مش؟ كفاية يا حمدان. حضرنا هنا وتكلمنا مع سعادة المدير في موضوع المويه ده، والحمد لله النقاش ان شاء الله حيسوي الماسمر، بنجي راجعين تاني. اليوم العالمي للمياه في السجن للغوريا، كلنا كنا حضور، بالتوفيق ان شاء الله.
Yes, thank you so much again. I am Saini still speaking, and we're going to talk about an action from South Africa done by one of our coordinators there by the name Nicole, who has been coordinating exile activities in Nelson Mandela Bay in South Africa. So they've also joined this global action And what they did is basically invited some communities to plant some trees, because we all know that trees also are vital in sustaining the water capacity, and then also for fighting the climate crisis. So what they did, they organized a tree planting exercise and also a talk highlighting the importance of water and how it is related to the climate crisis. So we can play their action, and yeah.
My name is Lisa Kukuma. I stay in Boyson's Park in Port Elizabeth. We are planting trees today so that it can help us, our garden, so that the wind cannot kill our vegetables. So the reason why we do that is just because we do care about our soil, and we do care about what happens in our society. So we want to do vegetables so that we can help our children and help our community in Boysen Park in South Africa. We are a very poor community here in Boysen Park. That is the reason why we do planting our crops, because some of the parents are not working. They are depending on the gardens that we plant so that we can help them to sell them the fresh vegetables with a lesser price, because vegetables are so expensive. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Hailey Gamba. I am in grade 12 at Boyson's Park High in Port Elizabeth, which is in South Africa. Today we had a program which covered basically to plant trees. It brought awareness of how damaged our planet is, and trees, the basic thing is that we plant these trees to help let there be more oxygen in our atmosphere. And apart from the planting trees, I feel that water is important, because what will Earth be without water? What would we be without water? Water is a basic need, just like any other basic need. We need water to survive, and I feel the reason why we should preserve water is because how are we gonna live, and plus to I hate it.
Hi, my name is Jolene Jacobs. I stay in Port Elizabeth, but South Africa. I'm a grade 9 learner at Boyson's Park High.
So I want to find out from you, Jolene, what did you learn today?
I learned how to plant plants and how to work in the garden, and I enjoy myself doing it.
Okay, is it not something you normally do, gardening?
No.
Okay, and so do you think this is something you could go and do at home, or not really, or would you help here at the school?
I will help at the school and at home.
Okay.
Learn more at home.
Okay. Do you think it's worth our while to learn how to grow our own food?
Yes, it's very.
How would it make a difference to us if we could grow our own food?
It will be easier to have much of yourself in for your family now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
My name is Roger Movu. I stay in Kwazakele Township. We've got an organization which I'm a member of by the name of #Sibanye. We are trying to promote urban agriculture, like food sovereignty as in principle, so that because people in our community are very poor, they cannot afford to buy vegetables and everything else. So we have initiated this program for people to use land that is available to plant the crops so that we can alleviate poverty. But the biggest challenge that we have is water. As you know, water is very expensive, and the municipality is cutting water services and electricity services due to the very expensive water bill. That is the challenge. So because of water, we have decided to use schools to start our gardens, because schools have water already. That is paid by the Department of Education, because we know the community cannot afford to donate water.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vlad. And we shall now go along to hear from Kathy so that he introduces our other colleagues from the different worlds and part of the continent to know what's taking place or what their actions are. Thank you. Over to you, Kathy.
Yes, so I'd just like to introduce Esteban. Are you there, Esteban? So Esteban had today an action, I'm sure, in Berlin that he'll talk about, but also he's very much part of the Shale Must Fall group, and that's the group that led to the World Water Day coalition that we're part of. So I'll hand over to you, Esteban.
Thank you very much, Kathy. It's great to be with you guys. I'm Esteban from Argentina. I'm living in Germany because I had to leave my country for fighting fracking. They carried out by many European companies. And we had a lot of death threats and criminal persecution for building a movement against fracking in the world's second largest frack gas basin, known as Vaca Muerta. It's about the size of Belgium. It's huge, and it's a huge carbon bomb and methane bomb for the whole planet. So it's not just a problem of Argentina, but it has been shown by science that exploiting Vaca Muerta to the fullest with fracking will consume 15% of the global carbon budget that humanity has left to comply with the Paris Agreement 1.5-degree target. So while Europe is signing the Paris Agreement and making all these climate commitments on paper, all of these commitments are being undermined by European companies that are doing abroad the things that they cannot do at home, because fracking is banned in Germany, where Wintershall is from, which is fracking Argentina, is banned in France, where Total is from, which is fracking Argentina and the rest of the world, is banned in Spain, where Repsol and other fracking companies are based, is banned in the Netherlands, where Shell is, and it's fracking Argentina, is banned in England, where BP. So as you see, and in Norway, where Equinor is fracking the global south as well. So that just goes as a brief, in a nutshell of an explanation to say why it's so important for us to mobilize in the global north as well. I was lucky to join Daniel. I see Daniel is here, and he invited us yesterday to this great discussion about the strategy forward for the climate movement from the Last Generation Network. And I think this is great, and it's a debate that we need to have with all the climate movement. And I couldn't stay for all of the talk because we were going crazy with all the action planning around the world. But what I want to say is that we have something very clear before our very eyes. These climate criminals are hiding in plain sight. While we demand so much from governments, we demand so much from agreements and statistics, but the companies, the real players of the world, the real powers of the world, which are the corporations, the multinational companies, continue to frack, continue to mine, continue to extract water from Africa and the global south to bottle it up like Nestle and so many other European companies. And so today for World Water Day, we came together again in an international coalition of international solidarity. And this is where I think we have the biggest potential as a climate movement, connecting the dots between the extraction sites in the global south and the consuming end in Europe, or in general in the global north, where we also see that many of the companies are from. So in Europe, we have a lot of impact if we were able to come together. Fridays for Future, Extinction Rebellion, Ende Gelände coming together against one target at one time. We could be like a sun, like a lens focusing the sunlight in one point, and that's where we can burn that point. So today we try to do that again, and all over the world, around 30 or more countries of Africa, and you guys know this because you're doing actions, and in Latin America and in Europe, we are mobilizing for water. And with specifically to try to bring light, cast light on the big climate and the water criminals that are the big multinational companies, either through fracking or mega mining or agriculture like Monsanto, that are destroying the water supplies of the world, while the United Nations continues to have this empty talk, these empty slogans, They declare water a basic human right a decade ago, and yet they seem to have nothing to say right now as water began trading in Wall Street 3 months ago, as a commodity like gold, like oil. So it's up to us, the civil society and the grassroots movements, to come together to take water back from Wall Street, because otherwise we are doomed. They're going to commodify it like they do. Anything that Wall Street touches, it kills. It makes it a merchandise. So I'm really glad to be here with you. And today we did an action in Berlin, where I'm living right now, mostly organized by Extinction Rebellion. It was really nice. And in the middle of a pandemic, we got quite a lot of people to join for the conditions being. And we went to the office of Wintershall in Berlin, which is Germany's biggest oil and gas company. So, and it's fracking Argentina. It has thousands of hectares for fracking in Vaca Muerta, destroying indigenous lands. We also had the participation of an indigenous collective Mapuche group that is in Berlin right now. And they spoke really well about all of what's going on and how this is colonialism. And, we are making the point that unless Europe addresses this form of colonialism, this is the only way we can win the climate fight. The climate fight will never be won if this continues to be under the carpet, because while we signed the Paris Agreement, they are undermining it with their companies, as I said, what they're doing in the global south. So we need to come together globally for the first time. This is the challenge of our lifetime, of our species. And unless we come together, there will be no way to win it. So that's what we're trying to imprint, to bring to the public, to gain critical mass about these issues. And I think it's going really well. I was really glad. We also made a long walk, a march, where we were talking, also raising awareness in the streets. And there were blue rebels instead of red. So they dressed as blue, symbolizing water. And then there was a performance that we did where it was really nicely shown the interest between Wintershall and the lobby and media and all the groups that are basically paid by the big companies. I performed as the scientist trying to bring the truth, and they put duct tape on my mouth so I couldn't speak. And I think it was really nice. And I think the most important thing is that we are all coming together. I think that in the current situation of global pandemic and lockdowns, it's really difficult to manage to do something massive. But if we use this time to continue preparing and coming together and building trust with one another, connecting the global south and the global north, so that also the global north can become a megaphone for the struggles of the global south. Our struggles in the global south, I'm sure you will know this better than me, we are invisible. If you're fighting in Namibia or in Uganda or in Congo or in Argentina or in Colombia, you're risking to be killed. The media will never talk about it. Everything is silenced. But if you do something in Berlin or in Paris or in London, it gets a lot of media attention, even if it's something small. So what if we were to put all of that at the service of the invisible struggles of the global south, to amplify those messages, which are the real messages that matter, because these are survival fights. And these are fights against the very companies from Berlin and from London and from Paris. So it only makes sense that we need to come together. And I think the global south has a lot to offer to the global north, as much as the global north has a lot to offer to the global south. So we need to get over this ancient wall that is only growing as we go toward climate apartheid. And we have the technology, we have the goodwill and the intentions of great people around the world. So I'm really excited for what we can achieve, and really happy to be here with you.
Thank you very much, Servant. We shall come back to Kathy and let us know about any other actions globally of the African continent. Thank you so much. Over to you, Kathy.
So I'm sure I'm not the best ones to introduce the African continent, but I know my friends in Glasgow. The rebels there are getting ready for the COP26 event in November, and they had a projection on the building that will host the COP26 meetings. and on it there was written, the water crisis is the climate crisis, and again repeating the previous we are watching you. I just want to draw attention to the fact that the projector that they used, they made themselves. So often if you are an activist and you want to hire a projector, it costs you thousands of pounds, even for just one night. And yes, it's very professional and can be amazing, but a rebel in the COP26 group has managed to devise a way to build projectors yourselves, and as you can see from there, even project onto a big building. And they're refining this method of building these projectors. And if you'd like to find out more, please do just message the Extinction Rebellion COP group, and we'll put you in touch with the right people. So, handing back now to Saini to introduce the next action.
Yes, thank you so much, Kati. Our next action is from Zambia, which is a landlocked country in Southern Africa. And Zambia too is, it has amazing biodiversity, but these landlocked countries are also faced with severe water crisis. And then also our speaker from Germany talks about multinational companies that are involved in all these water crises that we are facing, and also chemical pollutions that are from our water bodies, which are also from big corporations and companies. And Zambia itself is no exception. And around the world, according to UN statistics, 1 in 3 people do not have access to clean drinking water. And we all know that communities will be resilient if they have enough quality and safe drinking water. So today's action was an action done by the XR local Matadi group in Zambia to also raise awareness about how water should be treated and how we should minimize also the way we overuse water, because we have people that do not know the importance of water and they tend to misuse water. So this group of people out there in Zambia came out to join the global call to raise awareness about the importance of the water crisis. And now we can play their video to show the audience what we are talking about.
Nous sommes à Matadi, dans la province du Congo central, précisément dans la commune de Matadi également, et dans les quartiers en Zouloulou. Nous sommes venus célébrer la journée internationale de l'eau, et dans cette activité, nous allons plus sensibiliser la population sur l'importance d'eau. Et comme nous avons dit ici à Matadi, sur notre thème, l'eau est un droit et non une faveur. Alors nous sommes venus informer, entrer en contact avec la population, leur dire l'importance de l'eau. Et selon l'ONU, chaque maison doit avoir une pompe. Et malheureusement, ici nous avons constaté, il y a plus de 10 000 habitants, mais ils n'ont pas de pompe. Ils n'ont pas de pompe. Voilà pourquoi nous sommes venus sensibiliser la population sur l'importance de l'eau, étant donné que cette denrée est très importante. Voilà l'objectif de notre mission ou de l'activité principale que nous allons faire ici à Matadi. Merci.
Thank you so much, Saini Giba from Gambia. That was XR Local Matadi. It's a new group with 175 rebels from DRC. They've been having an action to date showcase their water bodies, wells with molds all over the pipes where they are getting water. So it's so sad that they do not have access to water, and not just water but clean water. So we shall be here from Daniel to talk about the roundtable. Over to you, Daniel. Thank you so much. Alongside DRC and Zambia and other groups, we had also groups from Uganda, XR Hoima near Bugoma Forest, trying to reclaim the land by replanting trees near rivers and near wells. We had XR universities, we had XR women, and we have Abuja in Nigeria, we had Benue, very many different groups, but all their photos will be shared in galleries, for they will not make it here for the live stream. Over to you, Cassie.
Oops. Yeah, just to say that it was really inspiring to see so many actions across the world, not just in Africa, but also Europe and Latin America. And I'm sure you'll be able to view them on XR Global and various other links that you may see in various XR channels. They're really worth seeing, and I'm sure some more videos will come out soon, compilations of all these actions. Over to you, Saini.
Yes, thank you so much, Kati, and all. I believe if we keep doing such kind of actions and then try to highlight the cause that we are fighting for, humanity will actually understand and then try to make a difference. So we thank all XR groups in Africa and around the world that stood up and organized such wonderful actions around the world to highlight what some of the people around the world are facing, especially Sub-Saharan Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. And pass it over to the moderator, Annette.
Thank you so much, Giva, and everyone, and all of you who are viewing us. We really still have to hear from you, and in case of any questions from the moderator, we are ready here to throw in our replies. More especially about the action. We have a lot, we cannot exhaust it all today. We are always available. You can always reach out to us via the website. All these groups that have had actions today are on the XR Global website. Thank you so much. Over to the moderator, and feel free to let us have any questions answered from our side. Thank you.
Oh, and by the way, real quick, I was just going to say, so that if we're going to end on the Recon video, if we wanted to get one more in from US, from Nevada, that was acting today, I can do a fill-in on that, at least on the general. We don't have current on like the current underground stuff on the action that I've read at the moment, but I can give a general plug for Nevada and Safe Thacker Pass. Yep. Because are we ending in just on this last video, or do we have more time? Okay, so I'll plug in because I don't think we can get the organizers on the call right now in a minute. So I'll plug in to just update on Thacker Pass, which is in Nevada. It's part of our World Water Day Action Day, and this is the U.S. organizers that are working on saving Thacker Pass, which is in a bioregion which is really important in terms of water, and it's actually a region that actually doesn't drain into the oceans. It only drains into Thacker Pass. There is a open pit, and that is my. Am I back? Am I back? No. Video off? Okay, yeah. So basically, so this is a lithium mine that is proposed in Thacker Pass in Nevada, and so we wanted to highlight, especially for World Water Action Day, that this connection of mining for lithium in this area that's proposed, and that we've been fighting with a coalition around Thacker Pass and saving it. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. So in Thacker Pass, we're making sure to try and draw the equation of water and the risk of water to permanently damaging underwater aquifer sources that many farmers and other individuals rely on for their water sources underground, and also where this open mine, this mining proposal will most certainly poison and contaminate the water in regards to pushing for lithium extraction. And so we really want to push that everyone around the world promotes and puts up Save Thacker Pass. So if you go to savethackerpass.org, that will be a great way to promote and be able to push back, and especially with connecting lithium extraction and mining to the contamination of water and the sacredness of water, and also where this is not only the only place that this is happening. We know that lithium mining and extraction mining, which connects to many places around the world, so not just in the U.S., but from China to Africa, and mining extraction in many ways contaminates many water sources. So we want to highlight that in Africa there are many sources of extraction in the Congo that are sources for our electronics in the U.S. and in the global north. That these are sources for contamination of water and destruction of our water and destruction of our lives. And so we want to really highlight that from not only in this lithium mine in the US that is proposed that will impact lives and impact water and the sacredness of water, it is already and will impact in tandem in many different projects, extraction from extraction in general in our society, from Africa to go to Latin America, to China, and many places where this is the same source, the same problem, and want to really bring that to today for World Water Action Day. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Daniel. That was amazing. And back to our last topic, which is about Recon Africa. And Recon Africa, which is a Canadian-based company, and it is a junior oil and gas company, which is involved in extracting oil in the Kavango Delta in Namibia and Botswana. And Namibia has Botswana has amazing wildlife that are living in those areas, and those precious wildlife are at risk of Recon Africa drilling. And we all know that what we are fighting for as Extinction Rebellion is to prevent the extinction of these precious species and we know how some of these species are going extinct day by day, from rhinos and other amazing creatures. So what Recon Africa is trying to do is to kill more wildlife and to bring more water and land pollution to the people living in the Kavango region. And we are also involved with the campaign trying to amplify the voice and work with FFF Windhoek, with Ina Maria Sikongo, who is the amazing activist leading this with her team. And what we do is also try to raise awareness about this cause. And also we've been trying to reach out to international media outlets to be able to amplify our voices. All what we need is for you people out there to know what is happening in this part of the world and how it threatens some of the indigenous people that live around those areas. And when this plan is successful, it's gonna be disastrous to indigenous San people that are living around those areas and some of the wild animals also that are living in the Kavango region. So we say no to drilling. We don't want this to happen, and we are at a time of climate and ecological emergency. So this type of activities or this type of nature destruction should be stopped. And we are urging Recon Africa to stop its plans of destruction in the Kavango region. And that's all from us. Thank you for joining, and we hope you have a wonderful evening. Signing out from all the team in Africa is goodbye.
So I'm here today at the Namibian High Commission in London, protesting against the plans by Recon Africa, a Canadian oil company, to drill in the Okavango Delta. The Okavango Delta is a unique ecosystem. It's the largest freshwater marsh ecosystem on Earth. It floods into the Kalahari Desert to 21,000 square kilometers. It can be seen from space. It has the largest populations of wildlife in Africa. It has unique swimming lions. It has more than 400 species of birds. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The company Recon Africa has been granted licenses to drill for 35,000 kilometers in the watershed of the Okavango Delta. This risks polluting the delta, and more than 1 million people depend on the water for their livelihoods in the region. So I'm here on World Water Day to protest against this project and joining with others to implore the Namibian government to think again about this project and to look for sustainable alternatives for economic and to meet their economic and energy needs. I'm also calling on the international community to provide funding for countries like Namibia so they can avoid having to use fossil fuels to fund their development. I'm acting in solidarity with campaigners from Namibia, Botswana and Canada.
I'm here in front of the Namibian High Commission on World Water Day, and I'm standing here in solidarity with the indigenous people of Okavango, whose lives and lands are at risk because of this oil drilling fiasco. So I'm going to read a message from Q7 Beckett, who is a San youth leader. As the custodians of this land for thousands of years, and the rightful current inhabitants, we've never been consulted, nor have we given the go-ahead to any entities to prospect for oil and gas. Any consequent production will irrevocably damage our life-giving water and the fragile ecosystem we depend on as people. The presence of the oil industry will mean the forceful enclosure of land, excluding us and preventing our free movement and that of animals, and resulting in our further displacement. In this way, we will be prevented from hunting and gathering food, collecting medicine, and performing our cultural practices and sacred rituals. In short, It will prevent us from being San.